Welcome, reindeer, elves, and carolers, to the Hidden Creek Manor. Now, this episode is going to be kind of a hodgepodge of a bunch of different things, but there's going to be one central theme throughout this episode, and that's decorating on a budget. You see, we kind of spend way too much during the Halloween season on our decorations. So when it comes time for Christmas, we kind of cut back on the amount of money that we spend here at the Hidden Creek Manor, but we still, I think at least, do a pretty good job of decorating. So in this video, I wanted to show you guys, well, first off, our decorations, but secondly, how we acquire those decorations and how we plan out our decorations so that way we can save money. And we'll even touch on a couple of DIY things that we did to make the decorations look that much nicer without having to spend money at a big box store to buy the items. So why don't you join us and find out just how we can be frugal here at the Hidden Creek Manor when it comes to Christmas decorations, and hopefully we can help you out too. So let's get into it. All right, so first, let's go over the planning. You see, by planning out what we're going to decorate and how we're going to decorate, we can save quite a bit of money because we're not going to waste money by buying stuff that doesn't fit into how we plan to decorate. So let's start with the outside, and we'll take a look at the inside. So with the outside, during Halloween, we have different sections that we have planned out throughout our haunt. We have our Hidden Creek Cemetery and our Kraken's Cove for the pirates and our Forbidden Forest. And we've never done anything like that for Christmas until now. Because by planning, we know exactly what we want to add to our decorations, so that way we're not spending money on decorations that we don't need. So because we just started this year, we don't really have a whole lot. There's actually a whole bare section of the yard that doesn't have anything in it right now. But the plan is to have a section in the future that will be kind of like a winter wonderland or like the North Pole. I'd like to add some snowmen, maybe a gingerbread family, some candy canes, and just other types of decorations that would fit the same aesthetic, almost like it's a magical North Pole part of the yard. That would be where we normally have Hidden Creek Cemetery. Where we normally do our Forbidden Forest is our Christmas tree forest. So this is our first year that we've done that because we have a lot of these different types of light Christmas trees. And some of them are colored, some of them are white, and just having them all throughout the yard, I don't want to say it's tacky, but it just doesn't have a aesthetic that fits together. So by putting these all into one, say, Christmas tree forest, it makes a little bit more sense for us to have a lot of these Christmas trees. And then the entire middle section of our yard does have our prismatic collection. So that way we don't really need anything else in that section of the yard other than what we already have, or if they release more prismatic characters or pieces that we want, we can add those. And then the front section of the house itself is primarily set up for our projection, but then we also have just a few other decorations there. And then the side of the house, that's going to be where we might stick just additional decorations. We've got our nutcracker, and we have some more colorful lights that don't fit the aesthetic of the front lawn. So now that we have these dedicated sections, we know exactly how to decorate those sections and what to look for, what to buy, what to build, so we're not just frivolously spending money on things that aren't necessary for our outdoor decorations. And then for the inside of the house, we are a little bit more flexible with what we add, but we still have kind of a theme on the inside of the house. But one of the key things is we want to kind of blend it in with our stuff that we keep up year round. So there might be certain colors of decorations that we stick with to match the normal aesthetic of the home. Or even we have one area in our dining room where we have these kind of little trinkets, I guess you could say, in these displays. So, finding little Christmas decorations that fit in there works out really well. But even our mantle. So for our mantle, in the past, or maybe even you guys do the same thing, we would just kind of put just random decorations together. But we planned out a specific kind of type of decoration that we want there. So it has our Christmas tree farm sign, and then all those wire brush Christmas trees and the colorful order. Like in our living room, we have this giant sign that has red in it. So we wanted to get some decorations that had similar red colors to kind of match that home aesthetic that we already have going on. And then another big thing that I would recommend you planning out is your Christmas tree. Now, everyone has different views and opinions on Christmas trees, but if you wanted to kind of keep to a specific aesthetic, certain colors, by planning that out, you know exactly what to buy for your Christmas tree, what color ornaments will fit, and then even your friends and family, as presents, they can get you ornaments for your tree, and they know exactly what type of ornament you would like because it would fit the color scheme that you already have. So with our tree, we decided to go with some more muted colors. So we have kind of whites and silvers and some like beige, I guess, all kind of mixed in on that tree. And by planning this out, it helps you out for years to come. I mean, that way, if you see a cool decoration at the store, you don't have to question whether or not you should buy it. If it fits your aesthetic, go for it. If it doesn't, don't buy it. Don't waste the money. And planning our Christmas decorations has not always been something that we've been great at. We've gone through a lot of decorations over the years where we've changed our minds or we've set up decorations differently. So planning definitely helps you out in the long run with saving money. Now, another way to decorate on a budget, and this is really the key to decorating on a budget, is bargain hunting. Now that we've planned out our decorations, we know exactly what to look for. We don't have to hurry up and buy them all at once. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You can take your time and make sure you get the best prices. The first thing we do is we never pay full price for any of our Christmas decorations. Now, if you see decorations at a big box store that you know that you want, it fits your aesthetic, wait until the end of the season. Almost all of these stores put their Christmas decorations on clearance at the end of the season. So if you know you don't need it this year, don't buy it this year, or at least not until after Christmas. Wait until those items go on sale, then go and grab them. You can get them for half off, 75% off, maybe even 90% off. Also, thrift stores are your friend. You can find all kinds of great decorations at thrift stores from people that maybe have changed their decorating style, or they're empty nesters and their kids no longer live in the house and they don't decorate as much. And once again, if you know the aesthetic that you're looking for, you've already planned out the decorations that you want, you can find all kinds of good stuff at thrift stores. And we got this really cool Christmas countdown calendar at a thrift store. We got this hat. I mean, it's actually a band hat, but it looks Christmassy. It fits our color scheme. So we got it for dirt cheap at a thrift store. Our light up nutcracker that we use outside, this was a thrift store buy. And I don't know if any of you guys keep up with the latest Christmas decorations at places like Lowe's and Home Depot, but one of the biggest items this year is the nutcracker. Most of the time it was sold out, but I didn't really have a desire to buy one because I already have the one that we got from Goodwill and it works out just fine. If you guys watched our video last year, then you might have heard me talk about how squirrels kind of ate at the cords to our nutcracker, but some electrical tape and splicing the wires back together again, and you would never know that this nutcracker is missing lights. Like, one of my absolute favorite decorations that we have is this Santa Claus. He is almost life-size, and I found the original version of him, and it had a stand, and he would dance and move, but he was missing a stand. He doesn't have a plug or anything like that, but he was really cheap. at a thrift store. So we scooped him up, and now he is on the front porch, and he gets a lot of attention because it's Santa Claus.
Santa! Oh my God!
Even the stereo that we use to play the music from our projection show outside was just a cheap Goodwill stereo. I didn't want to pay full price for a stereo that's going to be sitting outside in the elements, so yeah, a cheap Goodwill stereo. I've had it a couple years, it still works, so why not? And yeah, I did just say a minute ago not to buy items at big box stores until after this Christmas season is over. We did get these kind of wire brush trees from Target, but they were on sale. So that's actually, I don't want to say don't buy anything at the big box stores, but if they have sales, go ahead and scoop them up. Same thing with our Christmas tree. We got a lot of this stuff for our Christmas tree this year from Walmart on sale. And when you're bargain hunting, don't limit it to just big box stores or even thrift stores. There's all different types of stores out there that carry Christmas stuff. I think we got this Christmas tree truck from Cracker Barrel on sale after the Christmas season. So you might want to check around with different types of stores that are out there as well, because you could find some really good deals. Another great way to find good bargains is online marketplaces where people are selling their own stuff, whether it be Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and so on. If you have something in particular that you're looking for, check out some of those sites first. You might find someone that's just trying to get rid of it for dirt cheap. We bought quite a few things from some of these online stores. Also, Amazon can be your friend. Sometimes Amazon will run deals, whether it's Cyber Monday or Black Friday and so on, Prime Days. So if there's something that you want that's on Amazon for your decorations, if you don't need it right away, just wait. Keep checking those prices, and eventually you might get a good deal. A lot of our lights that we use outside to make it look like it's snowing, we got them when they were on sale. We did not pay full price for them. And then last, but certainly not least, check out your local yard sales or garage sales. Almost all of the lights that we use on our bushes came from, I think, 1 or 2 different yard sales. And they work, they do the job, and they were less than $1, I think, per strand of lights. It was super cheap. It's a yard sale. So check out your local sales. See what people are selling. If they have Christmas decorations, if they fit into your plan, then scoop them up. And really, most of our outdoor decorations we've gotten either at thrift stores or through online stores like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or Amazon on sale. I think the only things that we paid full price for were the prismatic items that we got from Sam's Club. And then one of the best ways to save money is make the decorations yourself. For me, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but a lot of times I'll see decorations in stores or decorations that people have set up in their home. And I'm like, I can make that. If you guys are the same way, then why not try it? Make it yourself. Save money. One of our coolest indoor decorations is super simple. The Lady of the Manor made it. It's just a wreath with a piece of ribbon attached to a picture frame. I think we got the frame from a Goodwill or a thrift store, and then the ribbon and the wreath at a craft store. And kind of the same thing with all of our outdoor wreaths. We just bought some cheap wreaths and some cheap bows and some ribbon, and then we just wrap the ribbon around the top of the wreath, and that's how we actually secure it. We just secure it to the top of our window and then put a bow on it, and it looks great and super easy to make and super cheap. Actually, even this wreath that you see behind me, same thing. And some of the rest of our outdoor decorations were homemade. If you guys watched me make the video on the foam snowman that I built for my mom, in our decoration we have a singing snowman that's part of our projection show, but it's literally just a piece of plywood that I cut in the shape of a snowman and painted white. Super easy, super cheap, and now we have a projection shining on it, but it didn't cost me much at all to make it. And even these outdoor Christmas trees, we didn't pay full price for any of them. Now, we bought, I think, 1 or 2 from people online. I think we got a couple at thrift stores, but there were 2 of them that were homemade. We didn't build them ourselves. we got them from an estate sale, which that's some other way I forgot to mention earlier. You can get stuff at estate sales. But these are pretty easy to make. You can use PVC, they used metal, but if you look at the top, it's just they cut some holes, they got some wires to hold the Christmas lights up to the top, and that's it. You put the post in the ground, and then you string the lights down, and you've got yourself a pretty cool Christmas tree made out of lights. And you paid for the hole and the things to secure it and the lights, and that's it. Way less than if you paid full price at a big box store. And even that stereo that I mentioned earlier that I bought from Goodwill, the weather casing that I have for it, it's just like an old cat food container, I think, that I just cut a hole in the front of it for the speaker, but the stereo fits right inside of it, seals up, keeps it weatherproof. Now let's look at a current project that I'm working on to save some money by doing it myself.
All right, so sometimes decorating on a budget doesn't always mean buying the cheapest items. So a lot of times people get tired of stringing up Christmas lights on their existing Christmas trees, and they decide to go with a pre-lit tree, which we did that. So, no judgments. I fully get it. But what if there was an alternative where we could kind of create our own pre-lit tree? So that's what the plan is for this tree. This is our old tree. And as you can see, the lights are just kind of strung out here, nothing special. But we got this from Amazon, and it's these tiny little lights, and it's a giant strand of lights. As you can see, this tree's kind of lit just fine as it is. I'm not even halfway through these. But what I'm going to show you guys is how we're going to convert this existing tree into a pre-lit tree. So we're going to take these lights, we'll set this down, and we're going to string them all throughout the branches of this tree. But when I'm done with the project, you won't see the cords, or they won't be obvious. They'll be kind of hidden in the branches, and it will look like a pre-lit tree. And you could use zip ties, you could use the little twist ties that you get from your bread, or other items. But whatever you decide to use doesn't matter, as long as you can do something to attach these to the existing tree. And now we don't have to put lights up every year. It's pre-lit. It has these tiny lights that are easy to work with, and it's an existing tree. We don't have to go buy a pre-lit tree, and it's going to cost us a lot less in the long run. So wins all around.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned a few tips and tricks to help you guys decorate on a budget as well. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos that we make here at the Hidden Creek Manor, I'd recommend subscribing to the channel. That way you can stay up to date and notified with everything that we're doing here at the Manor, and it helps us out too, so it's a win-win. But for now, we're going to go and wrap things up. So happy holidays. We'll see you in the next one.